Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. The Fever have signed Chloe Bibby to a 7-day contract. If you haven't heard, now you have. This is definitely a try before you buy kind of situation. And the question is, should Fever fans be excited about this pickup, or are we just getting our hopes up for another bench player that is not going to produce for us? Well, first off, let's start with who Chloe Bibby is. She is a 27-year-old, 6'2" forward that hails from Australia. She played for Maryland in 2021, came out in the 2022 WNBA draft, where she went undrafted, although she did get invited by the Lynx to join their squad. Obviously, didn't make the team. Since then, she's been playing in the Australian leagues, Polish leagues, Spanish leagues. In the Polish and Spanish leagues, she got MVP playing for those clubs, averaging 18 to 20 points per game. She also is a gold medalist this year in the Asia Cup, which means that she is an experienced veteran player that's played in many different leagues, different teams, and has been able to mold with them. This year, obviously, as you may or may not know, hopefully you did in the game, our first game against the Golden State Valkyries, she came in to fill in for some of the players that had left for Eurobasket, and she played her best game actually against the Indiana Fever for the Golden State Valkyries. So far this season, she averages 13.2 minutes per game, 64 points, and shot 9 for 19, 42% from three. She is a sharp shooter. So, good things about Chloe. She has a really nice high release shot, great mechanically. Given the inconsistencies from Dantas and Hull from that shooting range, obviously we had a little bit of an uptick last time, but this is a player that will spread the floor for you, will be able to hit threes for you with regular consistency. She is great in catch and shoot. She's great in pick and pop, but also I like that she's active off ball. She will do cuts and she is not afraid to score inside. So that is a piece of her game that I definitely like to see. And we've seen it in, games even against us and throughout this season in the WNBA. Now, the key things that I think the Fever will be evaluating with her, obviously, those are the good things, but where does she need to show improvement or show that she has enough to make the Fever roster permanently for the rest of season and be able to, get playing time? And so I think the first thing and foremost is mesh with the team and the scheme. Again, she is a player that has experience playing with lots of teams overseas, playing with Golden State Valkyries and making impact. I don't think she's going to have a hard time in this area, but it must be said, again, when you add a piece into the team, you need to make sure that it all cohesively works. We've seen how much turmoil has upended the team. So whoever slots in, it's going to need to be kind of like an Aries situation where they come in prepped and they're ready to go and they can meld the team. They can bring something different that the team doesn't normally have. Now, second is, and I think this is the other key piece, and this is where a lot of the focus is going to be, is around her defense. Now, she doesn't have the quickest feet or lateral movement. So, how does she look on switches? How is she communicating with the team in defensive situations? All right, here's a position that bodes well for BB on the Fever defensive side. You can see her right here. Her assignment is Sophie Cunningham in this corner, and she is going to be looking across the defense and seeing Lexi Hall, who's going to be looking to feed the post in Dantas. Dantas has a mismatch right here onto Tiffany Hayes. So we'll see what BB does here. And she's going to instantly see it. She's going to break on this, get into the double team, and boom, right as Dantas turns, double team is there. Now pass out to Hull. She's going to have to recover. She immediately communicates assignments. She's going to take Sophie. She is the most dangerous perimeter target besides Dantas, who's linking out here. So she's going to go out, find her man. Hull's going to settle out here for Colson, and they're going to settle for this three, which obviously is not going to go in. Doesn't get the bounce, and overall just a great defensive stand from her. Is she upping her game in the transition game where she's been known to get got? That is kind of the questions I have. Now, with the Golden State Valkyries, it was still a little bit of an issue, but that is a team that liked to run in transition, so hopefully some of that has translated and she's developed more of that in her game. I think the third thing is rebounding. This is a thing that the Fever have struggled mightily with at different points in the season. Second chance points have definitely cost us. Her rebounding has been really good and it's been really bad. So she's been really inconsistent when it comes to rebounding. And can she block out and hold space against bigger, stronger athletes in the WNBA that she's going to be going up against as a forward. We're going to have to be able to see from that. But if she can box out those physical players, if she can get tips, if she can make an impact on that side, that will definitely get her more minutes on the floor. Well, you wanted something that has me really excited about Bibby being part of the Fever. It is going to be transition offense. And here is a spectacular example. Caitlin Clark going to drive and get stuffed right there. Bibby all the way down in the paint here against Aaliyah Boston, which, by the way, she actually did a good job against Natasha Howard in the bigs in this game, which bodes well as a 6'2 forward. But she is going to immediately leak out. Tiffany Hayes is going to have the ball, and she's going to throw it all the way down the court. The pass, it's a little bit short, but Bibby still is able to have such a big lead that she recovers, gets the ball, and is going to be able to turn and finish right here. Colson swinging away, and she misses. And this out of your stretch forward that can run the court and play Fever basketball is going to be awesome. Here is another awesome example of Bibby in transition, if you even needed one. Here she is at the top of the key, and we are going to see Veronica Burton's going to get this rebound, and immediately they are off to the races. Bibby's leading down the court, set shot, boom. She's one of the best at this. Easy three in transition. I don't know about you, but I would love to have this on the Indiana Fever myself. So overall, Chloe Bibby, in my mind, she is a low risk, high upside signing. You know, if worst case scenario after these 7 days, she doesn't impress, she doesn't come in and perform in those key areas and give us what we brought her in for, then obviously no harm, no foul. We go back and we look at the market and maybe we pick up someone else. However, I think that her strengths are really good for the Fever. The style of play she likes to play, a player that can run the floor, can be that good shooter that we need to be consistent as a three threat, as a player that can cut and make plays happen in that instance. So I'm excited to see how she performs. I think Fever fans should be happy with this signing overall because, again, we're not risking anything. And if anything I've learned from the Aerie situation, this is a real team where she could get playing time. If she comes in hungry for that position, this is a scenario where she could pop off and be a really big add to the team and be part of our regular rotation. So I think that there's a great opportunity for Chloe matched with a need for the Fever, and this could be a great signing for the fans. But with all that said, let me know what you think down in the comments section. Do you think this is a good signing? Is there another player you would have liked us to take a look at or wait for? And as always, remember, you're going to be amazing today because you are amazing. I'll catch you next episode.